And now that we've unveiled a new chapter in this year's generation, it's now time to part ways with the old. You could be either sad that it has to be this way, or yay, a new generation! But you would be right with either moral act. Mega evolutions were a way of improving upon previous Pokemon, whilst still retaining the species itself. Some Pokemon could go from crappy to absolute boss, or from already established to being able to complete with legends, sorry. Lugia's a mate of mine and he says that I'm a ledge. So even though Gen 6 Pokemon didn't get Mega Evolutions bar Diancie, it's nice to recall the creatures that made us proud to ride into battle with them. Honolulu, mother side duckers! For me, these Mega Evolutions have to be somewhat an improvement over the regular design whilst kind of good in battle. It's not too important for me, considering that not many of them full on suck. Well, they might suck more than the regular, but, well, let's ignore that, shall we? So, let's do it! So I just press that. No, okay. Huh? What? Get me IT! So, whilst I'm sending them over to have a look at this, here are the top 10 Mega Evolutions. Go. Dig! So we got a bit of hard hitting on the menu with Mega Aggron. Aggron started out as menacing to begin with, originally rivaling Rhydon and then going on to rival Rhyperior with not much hindrance whatsoever, considering its stats are up to 530 in total. It Mega evolved to sharpen its overall intimidation tactics, looking a lot bulkier, sturdier, and developing newfound love for heavy metal. Aggron's defenses were already its most favorable stats to make it defend whatever it could and then strike back with a vengeance. Now it's heightened its attack and defense to greater heights, as well as giving a bit of a boost to its special defense. And since it's dropped its rock typing, there's now nothing that can deal 4 times damage to it. This Pokemon was announced alongside Mega Tyranitar, and whilst Mega Tyranitar had a bit of a fighting spirit to conjure up, Mega Aggron was definitely extremely defensive counterparts between the two of them. No! To favour people who had a go at me last time for putting Charizard at number 10. Anyway, Charizard X. Now, personally, when it comes to battling, I definitely prefer Charizard Y, and don't even have anything against Charizard Y's design in itself. I just think that creativity was more in the favour of Charizard X than it was of Charizard Y. Charizard Y had lost some weight, and well done for hitting the dumbbells, and eventually realising that you had to lift them, not hit them. It was the long-awaited dragon typing that people were so excited to see in Charizard X. Not just that, but all the anime adaptations tend to take more of a liking to Mega Charizard X than it does Y. Personally, I think it's a bit unfair. I mean, Charizard Y has got that awesome grin, but Charizard X evidently has control of that flame that you let loose inside a Bunsen burner when all the oxygen is let out. So you could argue that it's a bit hotter. It has boosts to its attack, defense, and special attack, so obviously with its ability, make it a physical attacker, so if it copied Mega Y and favored its attack more than its special attack, then maybe it would have shooed in more power. But Tough Claws kind of evens it out, and if you're against a Pokemon that you need to use a special attack for, then I guess the variety is there. And now because it's gone toe-to-toe with legendaries, its fire burns insanely hot. Oith! A Pokemon I feel a lot of compassion for when it comes to all this stuff. Mega Pidgeot. See, besides from all the colors and little head tail thing to make it look like an edgy Majin Buu alone, Pidgeot was a Pokemon that was very basic in terms of having this fully realized Pokemon that would evolve at level 36, and therefore getting stats that just didn't cater to what it could do enough. And if you were willing to be patient throughout the game, you could probably get something like an Aerodactyl, or a Dodrio, or even a Fearow. Generation 6 did heighten its speed, but I don't think that was enough. Then Mega Pidgeot came in, slightly heightening its defense and special defense, but incredibly heightening its special attack and speed. Sadly, Pidgeot doesn't have a lot of moves to use No Guard to its full effect, but I think when you have Hurricane and Heat Wave, maybe Hyper Beam, U-Turn, I guess you can't go completely wrong. I mean, if you're against the Steel type and you need a move like Heat Wave to counteract it, then Pidgeot's your feathery friend. So it skims the surface of water at high speed to pick off unwary prey such as Magikarp. Why on hell would Magikarp actually swim to the surface? I have no idea. Mach 2's fast, right? By the time its flapping is heard, it's long gone. Chest muscles. My inspiration. Alright, I pretty much thought that I was going to think that Pidgeot was based off a pigeon and that was it. While it's kind of frowned upon that I use Bulbapedia as a source, what else is there? It's got good ideas. So it resembles a bird of prey, particularly an eagle, osprey, falcon. It can resemble a golden eagle, but it says that its eye markings strongly resemble the sun sky gods of Egyptian mythology, Ra and Horus, the black flame dragon level 8. Literally, pigeon and jet. You just take one T out of jet and you assume it's jet. Okay. No, I'm not, I don't want to go at you or anything. Don't worry. You're fine. Scythe! Now to welcome the ultimate hugging machine, Metagross. You can pretty much safely say that after normal Metagross is a pretty monstrous Pokemon in itself, Mega Metagross pretty much details the second process in its stage of hunting. First, Metagross is ready to pounce, and then he Mega Evolves, and he's kind of just frozen there as he takes that stance. And Mega Metagross pretty much has Tough Claws, so even though his stats haven't been greatly boosted because they focused a lot on his speed, among many other things, Tough Claws still evens that out pretty well. 4 brains, 2 Metang, a shock site that we won't mention the name of, a supercomputer with a license to kill. Quick! The master of the fiery focus sashes, Mega Blaziken. Mega Blaziken is just the epitome of a fully realized Grandmaster. You thought Blaziken himself was the massive kung fu or kickboxing expert. I'd rather say kickboxing, or Muay Thai using his knees. It's one of those Mega Evolutions that changed the color scheme a little bit, as well as added a little bit more to the original design, but still retains that core factor of what made Blaziken awesome in the first place. It was more of Blaziken's offensive stats that were powered up, just to let it retain that jack-of-all-trades firepower that it originally had. And Mega Blaziken was a slap in the face to those who wanted to ban Speed Boost, because now you have a Mega Evolution which doesn't get Speed Boost as a hidden ability. You guess it as a normal ability. So you want to use Swords Dance while you use Speed Boost as well? Go ahead, make my day. Pimp! Now we have the real culprit behind the theft of the crown jewels. Mega Sableye. Not really much was changed in Sableye, but you know, you do want to keep some stuff the same. Except for the fact that now he's a bit darker and has rubies for eyes, has golden teeth, or teeth that just haven't been brushed in a long time, and he's holding a giant ruby. It's one of those things that just scream that Sableye has finally gotten what he's wanted this entire time. So we've known that Mega Sableye has quite a liking to eating jewels and everything. I still don't understand how that happens. Like, where have my optic nerves gone? Why can't I see anything? Do my eyes deceive me? Pidgeot! And now one Pokemon that oozes charisma, Mega Sceptile. They just pretty much took the stoned look of original Sceptile and applied a more ferocious look to the finished product, equipping it with a lot more colors, showing its arse all the time, and actually letting it be able to fire off its tail like some sort of torpedo. But besides from its actual look, that's what allows it to ooze coolness. Mega Sceptile pretty much has enhanced special stats and allow it to move faster than Greninja. So go ahead and use that dragon typing to take down something like Mega Rayquaza. I've done it once before. Allow it to engage in jungle combat. 3! Now speaking of taking down Mega Rayquaza, we have Mega Rayquaza. See, Rayquaza was always the alpha male with, like I mentioned before, one tooth and the rest of them, he failed to see the dentist, soaring over the sky, cancelling out any abilities that may make it romantic to dance in the rain or dehydrate in the sun. And thus with rains growing out of its body, not ones you generally despise, but I think people are starting to like him more, Mega Rayquaza turns into the most overpowered god in existence. And if you're a Shadow of the Colossus fan like I am, you'll inject some heart into it. So let's see. Attack boost check, bit of a defense boost, special attack check, bit of special defense, and speed check. Rising to a whopping 780. On par with Mewtwo, but dare I say it, it's even stronger than Mewtwo. Because not only can Mega Rayquaza become that state without a Mega Stone, but he has an ability called Delta Stream, which makes electric, ice, and rock moves do half damage, and weather-changing moves/abilities fail, except for Primordial Sea and Desolate Land. so there's no easy way to take this Pokemon down. Especially when it has the move Dragon Ascent, which not only has 120 power and 100% accuracy, but it lowers the user's defense and special defense by 1 stage each. Plus it can also learn V-Create if you're that lucky to get it. If you face any person who got the event Rayquaza, you're screwed. And this god is going to take you down with a thunderous rage. Die! Now the official mascot for Nesquik, Cheerios, Cookie Crisp, Frosties, and Cocoa Pops all in one box. Mega Alakazam. Now this may be one weird one to be putting on the list because all he did was give Alakazam more spoons. But he psychically holds the spoons over his head. That is so cool. No, but he floats. He seems like he knows what he's doing. He's got awesome mage robes. He's like the ultimate spellcaster. And that's just what sets him apart. But it's where stat boosts can make him even more powerful than before. Slightly heightening his defense, which was pretty diabolical to begin with, along with his special attack and speed. I'm just shaking my head at the moment. Oh, so you get the usual Psychic, Focus Blast, Shadow Ball, Encore and Substitute, you name it. Now we haven't actually talked about Alakazam's Pokedex entries. Isn't that weird? Its brain can outperform a supercomputer, and its intelligence quotient is said to be 5,000. It can never forget anything. It can identify its foe's weakness. If it closes its eyes, it heightens all other senses. Its brain cells multiply continually until it dies. As a result, it remembers everything. I remember that we had that in a disturbing list one time, but we didn't really think that the other brain cells might actually die. It doesn't like physical attacks very much, which is why it can use Fire Punch. And through that, it's based on Satan and Uri Geller. Based on a magician and a spoonbender, it shares similarities to goats and foxes, which both animals tie to magic, and a Sadus or Sadus. And finally, the personification of the crescent moon itself, Mega Salamence. Like we all know, because we obviously know that original Salamence isn't too great to look at. Yeah, even though it's your favorite, I'm saying you don't like it. No, it's no biggie, it's no biggie. Don't take it personally. But it's those giant wings and that assurance that just makes it look like a lunar god. Move over, Cresselia. It got enhancements to its attack, a lot for its defense, a bit for its special attack, a bit for its special defense, and quite a bit for its speed. So Torpedo is right. And considering it has Aerialate as an ability, go ahead, use Double Edge. See if I care. Or return if it loves you enough. And after it had its longly wished ability to fly, it had another wish to basically spin around like a saw blade and cut every bitch, Salamence style. So that pretty much concludes it for this list. Sweet aloha, my megas. So if you like this, then there's plenty more stuff to check out on my channel. Plenty of Pokemon stuff, as well as other gaming stuff. Many top 10s, as well as clicking subscribe, just in case you want to view more content. And as well, if you like gameplay stuff, then there is KB Mad Ventures, my channel, where I do, wouldn't you guess, gameplay stuff. At the moment, I'm doing a Pokemon Sun playthrough, both post-production format and stream format, so I'm constantly doing a stream to record the gameplay and then uploading it onto my YouTube channel, so from Twitch and YouTube Gaming to KB Mad Adventures. So it should work out for the best, kill two birds with one stone. And be sure to check out the link in the description to all my social media pages, and be sure to subscribe to my non-gaming channel, Kieran Benji, for all vloggy kind of stuff, as well as talking about live action media. So until next time, thank you for watching, and lights out.